I love real estate reality TV shows. Everything from house hunters to million-dollar listings and everything in between. Now, there's a big difference between what you see on TV and actually being a real estate professional in the field. Let's take house hunters, for example. The premise of the show is that a buyer looks at 3 properties. Out of those 3 properties, they select one. They put in their offer, it gets accepted, they go to closing, and at the end, they're moving in, they're having a big housewarming party, and everybody's happy and excited. But there's a lot that goes on between when you put in the offer and when you go to closing. And it's our job as real estate professionals to keep the deal together from contract to closing. For example, a lot of buyers will want to have a home inspection. They'll have a home inspector come to the property and thoroughly inspect it. The home inspector might find that the house needs a new roof, so you have to renegotiate $15,000 in repairs. Or the home inspector might find that the house isn't even structurally sound, and the buyer has to walk away from the property. That's one thing that they don't show on these TV shows. Another big difference is that on House Hunters, the buyers always look at 3 different properties, and out of those 3, they select one. But in reality, each buyer is different. Somebody might look at the first house and think, this is it. I have to put an offer on it. I don't want to see anything else. Other buyers might want to look at 20 to 30 homes before they select a property that they want to move forward with. Every buyer is different, and there's really no set number of houses that you have to see before you decide to move forward on one. Another big difference is that in the beginning of the show, you see the buyer and they talk about their budget. For example, a buyer might say, our budget is $750,000. But where did they get that number? That's probably one of the most important aspects to the real estate transaction, is determining your budget. I know it's not the most exciting to gather your W-2s and your tax returns and your bank statements to give them to a loan officer, so that's probably why they don't show that on TV. But like I said, it's probably one of the most important aspects to the real estate transaction, is to determine what you can afford and what monthly payment you're going to be comfortable with. I think one of the last differences between these reality TV shows and what actually happens in real life is that the homes on these shows are always TV ready. They look pristine and they look like great model homes. But in reality, homes aren't always TV ready. You might see a house and on the internet, the pictures make it seem like it's the Taj Mahal. It's big, it's spacious, it's airy, but when you go, the rooms are the size of a stamp or the kitchen isn't as big as you thought it was. Sometimes you also might have to face distractions. There might be a barking dog in the kitchen, or the owners forgot to clean up because they didn't realize it was a showing. So sometimes you kind of have to see past that. So just keep in mind that when you're looking at properties, homes aren't always going to be TV ready. These are just some of the main differences between what you see on TV and actually being a real estate professional in the field. The real estate transaction is very complex and there's a lot of pieces to it, so you can't always cram everything in a 60-minute or 30-minute real estate episode. Although I will say they are really entertaining to watch, but just keep in mind that there are a lot of differences between what you see on TV and actually being a real estate agent.